Over the years, Fortnite has done some incredibly kind things, giving someone $1 million, adding Easter eggs for fans, but one of the best decisions hasn't even happened yet, and that involves a free skin bundle for everyone. In the files, there's an outfit called Winter Warrior Phoenix, and according to leaks, it'll be free as part of an upcoming event along with a backbling, pickaxe, and wrap. Maybe not as valuable as the time Epic turned a Fortnite player into a millionaire. With the surprise launch of Mr. Beast's Icon series, they announced a tournament that would only have one winner, but $1 million cash prize. It didn't have to be insanely cracked at Fortnite because the challenges were like a real Mr. Beast video, and I'm sure Nas was very thankful for that. Now, just a few weeks ago, Epic did something nobody expected, especially Landon. He's a YouTuber that blew up in 2018 for doing some crazy things in Fortnite, and at one point decided to break a world record to be the first person with 1 million V-Bucks. It was an insane journey and took like 20 days of buying V-Bucks before he finally hit the milestone. Sadly, it wasn't long before this hype train was cut short, as Epic banned the account later that year. Landon was devastated and tried to appeal the ban for years before eventually giving up. That was until 2 weeks ago when out of nowhere, the account was unlocked with 1 million V-Bucks still intact. Now, Fortnite has been serving the community since day one, which brings us all the way back to 2018, where an 8-year-old boy named Connor asked the developers for a favor. "Dear Fortnite, please add a skin called the Chicken Trooper," and let me tell you, this post blew up, getting 43,000 upvotes. Well, fast forward a couple months, and Connor logged into Fortnite, seeing his Chicken Trooper come to life.
Kinder Defender.
What? Is that yours?
That's not the only time Epic went back and helped someone. With the release of the Imposters mode, it became extremely obvious they were ripping off Among Us. They didn't ask permission from the devs, blatantly copied Skeld's layout, and just made the LTM as a cash grab. It got the attention from Innersloth, who called out Fortnite and said they were disappointed because they could have worked together. Behind the scenes, Epic tried to set things right, and an official collab was released a few months later with the crewmate backbling. One of Fortnite's greatest collabs was so popular, Epic had to make it permanent. At the start of Chapter 3, we had the Spider-Man crossover with Mythic web shooters that felt amazing, and when it got removed, the fans were devastated. Collabs are only in the game for a certain amount of time, but the web shooters were so popular, they decided to break tradition. Yep, they turned the Spidey Mythic into an original item called the Grapple Glove. More recently, the Deku Smash was a crossover item that got vaulted within a few days, and nobody expected them to return. Well, Epic decided to include them in a surprise update just to give us some more time to play around with it. As for cosmetics, most developers don't care if you're unhappy with an item, because you already paid. But Fortnite is way cooler than that. Even the smallest changes to an outfit can get you a refund, like Summer Jules, whose tan was edited to fit the original skin, and for some reason, Epic let you get your money back if you didn't like it. Now, only a small amount of players benefit from this, but they did it anyway, and that could also be said for mid-season drops. To get these rewards, you need to earn levels, but their current limit is 1,000, so anyone who hit the cap was locked out of the mid-season styles. There's only a handful of people at level 1,000, so Epic could have easily ignored it, but instead, they reduced their rank so they could earn the rewards. In 2018, Fortnite hosted the Boogie Down contest that promised to add a fan-made emote into the game. Considering how popular the dances were, having your own emote was kinda invaluable, and there were thousands of submissions, but only one winner. The most viral video belonged to Orange Shirt Kid, and everyone expected him to win because of how successful it was. Well, it turns out the contest wasn't decided on how many likes you got. It was completely up to Epic, and when the winners were announced, Orange Shirt Kid landed 23rd. It was shocking, and the community protested, with Justice for Orange Shirt Kid trending on social media. That's when the Season 4 Battle Pass dropped, and we were all saved with the Orange Justice emote. Something that everyone benefited from is Zero Build. It was revolutionary, considering Fortnite was a battle royale game about building. That's the whole appeal, like how Apex has legends and Warzone has, hackers maybe? Okay, jokes aside, to remove building from Fortnite was unthought of, but it paid off big time. Over the years, it became so sweaty that regular players were quitting the game, and Zero Build brought them back in waves. And speaking of insane decisions, in 2022, Epic released a war season, and the timing wasn't exactly great. Well, instead of profiting from this, they decided to donate every single penny earned from the season launch and gave it to charities in Ukraine. In just 2 weeks, they raised $144 million, which is unheard of. They also give a ton of artists opportunities like retweeting fan art so their name can get out there. Some concepts are even paid for, like Aura, Isabel, Meowscles, Joy, even Tomato Head was fan-made. And it's not just skins, Haunted Hills was the first community POI after a concept was posted on Reddit. One of the most beloved updates in Fortnite history was originally teased by a house. It looked normal, but some fans were convinced it was a teaser for Dragon Ball, looking identical to the Kame house from the show. Well, eventually, the theories were confirmed, and the collab brought incredible items like the Kamehameha and Nimbus cloud, not to mention the outfits were awesome. We all love this secret message in Chapter 1. In 2018, a fan asked Epic Games if they could help ask their crush to prom, and a few days later, you could find this note in a house saying, "Andrea, will you go to prom with me, Eric?" Best part? She said yes, and it remains the only time someone has done this through Fortnite. I mean, I hope we get another one like this in Chapter 4. I'm also hoping for another free battle pass, because that's exactly what happened in Chapter 1, Season 8. You might not remember, but with the launch of Apex Legends, Epic was worried they'd lose players, so to bring them back, they gave out the entire Season 8 battle pass for free during a Valentine's event. I guess it just shows how weird gaming was back then, because now Fortnite is just too big to fail. But they are still making tons of improvements to the game, and one of the greatest updates in Chapter 4 is the new Unreal Engine 5 graphics. Fortnite is the first game to have these visuals, and there's moments where it looks like real life. It's also pretty funny that for years, Epic said they would never add cars, instead choosing to go for wacky vehicles like shopping carts, ATKs, and a ton more. Well, it wasn't until 2020 when they went back on their statement and added 4 different types of cars along with gas stations, and it has been one of the best updates ever. I mean, I can't imagine Battle Royale without them. In fact, crossplay wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Epic Games. Back in the day, PlayStation was very adamant about crossplay and refused to let anyone party up with Xbox or Nintendo. It wasn't until Fortnite stepped in, becoming the first game in history to have crossplay between every console. It's gone even further recently. Epic only does a crossover if everyone can enjoy it, and it's crazy to see exclusive characters available on other systems. Master Chief on PlayStation, Kratos on Xbox, it's nuts! A Samus skin was in the works, but Nintendo wanted her to only be available on Switch, so Fortnite walked away, and that's why we love them. They also walked away from Apple, fighting against them for the past few years and losing 80 million players just to prove a point. We all benefited from this, getting V-Bucks permanently cheaper thanks to the Mega Drop, and Fortnite Mobile returns this year, so it truly did pay off. And we could all agree we have never loved anything more than Tilted Towers. Since it was first added over 5 years ago, it instantly became the most popular POI, with half the lobby dropping there. Epic always trolled us by destroying it with the rocket fakeout, cube rolling through, and even obliterating it with a volcano only to be revived as Neo Tilted. It wasn't truly gone until Chapter 2, and the community started praying for its return. We went 8 seasons with Lazy Lake as the only replacement, until the flip side gave us the greatest teaser. Frozen in the ice, we only had to wait one update until the entire city made a grand return identical to its original self. Well, sadly we lost it again with Fracture, but it's only a matter of time before it's back on the Chapter 4 map. And I gotta mention the supporter creator system, which has now been copied by some of the biggest games in the world. You can literally support your favorite creators without actually spending money. Just putting in a code like T5G is all you gotta do, and since then, games like Warzone and Rocket League have adopted it. But what you've probably forgotten by now is that Fortnite is a free game. It's easy to think because you spent money on some V-Bucks that you paid to play, but that's a choice. Nobody has ever been forced to buy anything in Fortnite. You can watch concerts, live events, use creative mode, and even earn free skins without ever spending a dime. While crossovers are DLC in other games, Fortnite lets you use items, mythics, and more for free. Even some skins have cost nothing. Thank you, Fortnite, for creating such a great game. It's been Tommy, keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.